Hello everyone and welcome to my daily altcoin analysis. In the video description you will see a link to the crypto exchange mexc. With that link you are going to save 20% on your trading fees. Also mexc has an event right now where you pay 0 fees as maker and taker for coins like for example Solana, SUI, Cardano. And on the second page we find Render, those coins we are talking about daily. But as you can see, you have 100 pairs without any fees. And most exchanges are, HBAR also. Never mind. Most exchanges are going to charge you 100 US dollar in average if your trading volume is 100,000 US dollar. And a trading volume of 100,000 US dollar is easy to make, I can tell you that. You can even get with an account of, let's say, 10,000 US dollar, you can even get easily to a trading volume in the millions areas for 1 year. Yeah, so it's possible to get high trading volume, and if you don't pay any fees to the exchange or low fees, then it's going for sure getting up your gains even far more. So let's get to XRP. I would like to clean the chart a bit. We have said, okay, we break out, this is a target. Here the same, we break to the downside, here the target. Everything was very precise. What I have also said is that if we are in a short position, I wasn't in a short position, but if we were, then here should be our stop loss, because I think once we get over that the chances are getting higher to get a breakout to the upside. I would take that out. So basically, if I would have been in a short position, I would have got out, because that recovery looked more like a V-shaped recovery, which is pretty bullish. Yeah, and now what I see now is a falling wedge. If that breaks to the upside at currently $2.17, and as you can see, we are close to it. We are just missing how many percentages? Yeah, let's say 1.5%. Let's say 2%. So if we get 2% to the upside now, then the chance that XRP is going to have a good push to the upside is getting higher. And the target of that falling wedge would be the $2.50, where we also have many fair value gaps to close on the way up. As you can see, those green areas are fair value gaps. Would I trade that? I would actually wait. I would wait for the green trend line, because I think the green trend line is much more safer to trade, because the angle of it is much more smoother than this of the orange falling wedge. So I would wait for the $2.22, which is actually the green trend line and an important resistance. As you can see, in the past we got support on your left, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here. So whenever we got to the $2.22, we got a price reversal. And I don't want to be in a long trade if, for example, the candle closes here and we get a nice retest. I don't want to go into a long trade to get up to $2.22 to get another sell-off. So I would wait for it. If we break the $2.22 to the upside, then I think the down move is over and we can keep our focus to higher prices. So Dogecoin. Dogecoin is also in a falling wedge in orange, you can see that. If that breaks to the upside at currently 17.4 cents, yeah, let me take it a bit higher. 17.4 cents, 17.5 cents, if we break that to the upside, and the target would be the 21.2 cents. How would I trade it? I would wait for a 1 hour candle close over it. If we get a retest, I would jump into a long position once we get a retest, and I would take my stop loss here below that low. And then the target is at least the 18.5 cents to up to 18.9 cents, where we have a fair value gap, which is also in resistance area. And from there, if we break to the upside, it would be nice. Then we have this white trend line coming from the upside which can also be possible resistance, 20.2 cents. So all in all, it looks positive to me. I was expecting that we get down to 15 cents. It didn't happen. Yeah, we went down to 15.5 cents. I can take that out. If we break that to the upside, then I think the whole move to the downside is done and we can focus on higher prices for Dogecoin. So Solana gave us a profitable trade. Why that? Because we have said if we break the white trend line to the upside, yeah, it's a sharp angle, I know. But here I have said I would just bet money into it, which I'm ready to lose and which won't hurt me. And if we break it to the downside, which we did here, we got the retest. And the target was the $119.40. 34 cents. Yeah, the red resistance area. As you can see, we went into that area. Here was the take profit. Here we sold off. And now we broke it to the upside. And the positive thing is that before I did starting the video, I was seeing a bear flag, a possible bear flag. And the bear flag is a bearish pattern. If a bearish pattern breaks to the downside, okay, then I would have said we can go down to $109. But since we broke it to the upside, if a bearish pattern breaks to the other direction, then it should be super bullish. And I think we can easily go up to 127 US dollar, or even a step higher if we take the green resistance trend line. So 127 US dollar up to $130 again. Yeah, that was resistance in the past. We have tracked that. So basically Solana looks bullish to me, even though, as you know, the USA is charging a lot of taxes for products and imports. It hurt the market a lot, but as you can see, the market is, after the drop, it's still going up. So basically here we can see that the technical analysis are showing us bullish signs. The fundamental data is showing us bearish signs, but the chart is not exactly connected to the fundamental data. And that's the proof. So everyone is in fear, but still the price of Solana went up by 5% today. And it might be even possible that even though we have all those taxes on the imports and I would say the trade war of countries, it might be even possible that Solana is saying, no, I don't care, I'm going up. So I'm waiting for the breakouts. I'm not trading any news. I'm looking into the chart and the chart is telling me where the price is going to go. So Cardano looks like also in a falling wedge. If we break the 69.23 cents to the upside, it would be positive, but still keep in mind we have close over it another resistance, which is 70 cents. Would I trade the breakout of the falling wedge if we break it, for example, right now? No, because it might be possible that we just went up 1.5% and from there sell off because the resistance is too high. So I would wait and I would jump into a trade if we break the falling wedge to the upside on a later time, so we have more upside potential. Or I wait for the 70 cents, and if we break the 70 cents to the upside, then the target would be the 72 cents to 73 cents, which is the fair value gap and the resistance area. And if we also break the green trend line to the upside, which is currently at 74 cents, but we will break that later. So if we break the 73.2 cents to the upside, then I would be positive for Cardano that we have some upside momentum up to 82 cents, which is also an important resistance, the green one. I make my trend lines green if I think it's a good and safe long entry. where I want to put also more money into it, but that's also the target of the falling wedge roundabout. Yeah, so I think Cardano also has some upside momentum if we break the 70 cents to the upside. So render. For render we have to go into the 50-minute chart. Yes. So this whole structure looks like that this is going to be a double bottom pattern. And if we break it to the upside, which is currently at $3.33.34, if we break that to the upside, then we have some positive momentum, which I think will be fast into the area $3.42 to $3.46. So once we break the $3.34 to the upside, it's long for me up to $3.46. And if we also overshoot it, then we can get into another fair value gap area, where also the target of the double bottom pattern is going to be the $3.58.59. So what did render do before that? We have seen a rising wedge or a shoulder head shoulder formation, which broke to the downside, and we got the retest. So we have to see, is this just going to be an up move and from here sell off? That would also mean that most likely all the other coins are doing the same. The other coins aren't giving me the signal at the moment that we just get, let's say a small pump to the upside and then sell off. But render has so many liquidity gaps here. And I think it's very dangerous. Yeah, it might be even possible that if Bitcoin drops 1%, 2%, that render is going to drop 10 to 20% before it then pumps up to the upside. Yeah, we have to track that, but for now it looks positive to me and it's worth it long trade. So Ondo looks like that it's in a bear flag. Yeah, it didn't break it to the upside yet, which Solana did. But if we do at 84 cents, then I would be ready to take a long position. And since this trend line here is going upwards, if I jump into a trade, wait, let me take out the price tag. If that breaks to the upside, I can jump into a trade and keep my stop loss always lower than the trend line. Yeah, so over the time, my stop loss is going to go break even and the price can do whatever it wants. If we get into the area 88.8 cents up to 90.8 cents in that area, then we can consider taking profits for sure. Yeah, that's a take profit area. But if we don't reach that area and break this trend line to the downside earlier, then we have here our stop loss, which would then be maybe even in profits. It happened to me with Cardano a few days back. Maybe you have seen that video where I got stopped out in profits while I was doing that trade. And I think it was a very similar setup. No, I think it was even SUI. I had this similar setup. And I think those are, let's say the most safest and the best risk to reward trades which we can get. And Ondo is having that at the moment. So if we break the 79 cents to the downside, I have to tell you that, then we can drop down to 76.8 cents on this red trend line. If we also break that to the downside, then this wasn't our low most likely. And we might see one more coming and it should be a huge drop, 63 cents. Yeah, but as long as we hold it, we don't have to fish the fair value gaps lower than us. They will get fished in the next bear market. If we get a nice push to the upside, then we can track here, or we already tracked a profitable trade here. And yeah, it's just missing that we just miss a breakout to the upside. So SUI, it's just currently doing the breakout. Looks good to me. Falling wedge. Looks good to me at the moment. So I would wait for Let's get into the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour candle didn't close yet. It will soon. And if it closes above the falling wedge, then we can expect for sure it can go in one way up to $2.38, or we get a small retest, and in the retest we even get a better entry to the upside. So since we did almost the breakout, I would put here a support area, and that's what I would use for my entry if the candle closes over it, comes back, and at the $2, how much is it? $2.27.44. Here I would consider taking a long position with a tight stop loss lower than this, and hope to reach for the $2.38. Might even overshoot a bit because the fair value gap gets up to $2.39. Also keep in mind, if that breaks to the upside, then the target of the falling wedge would be actually $2.61. And depending on the chart structure, I'm going to take profits. First take profit, like I said, in that fair value gap where we have the red trend line. There we can consider taking out 50% of our trade. If it breaks to the upside, then we still have the other 50%, which walks into more profits. If we sell off from here, then we can set our stop loss to break even, so we at least don't go out with losses or wasted time. So HBAR 50 minutes chart. It looks like to me that we have an inverted shoulder head shoulder formation, which looks like it breaks to the upside, positive. An inverted shoulder head shoulder formation is a bullish one. If we just work off one shoulder to the upside, then it would get us up to 17.5 cents, which is the top of a falling wedge. I will show you the falling wedge now on the 1 hour chart. So I have tracked here in orange the falling wedge, and the shoulder head shoulder formation could get us into that top area of the falling wedge. Here I would also take profits because the chances are very high that we sell off then. But also, if we work off ahead of the shoulder head shoulder formation, then it would get us up to 18 cents, which is also a huge resistance. But here the case is we broke the falling wedge to the upside, so it might be possible that we easily get to 18 cents, sell off then a bit just to retest the falling wedge, and from here getting into the fair value gaps. So that's my game plan at the moment. How would I trade it? I would wait for the 1 hour candle close now. If we close over 16.7 cents, it's positive. Then we can consider jumping into a trade. But I would actually prefer a nice retest, and in that retest I'm going to jump into that trade with a stop loss lower than this low, and then just try the trade to the upside. Yeah, I think HBAR has a positive setup with huge potential. If we break everything to the upside, then we can even reach prices up to 21.45 cents, where we also have the next resistance area incoming. And I personally like it when the chart patterns are fitting to support and resistance and fair value gaps. Also, we are having the bull market support band coming from the upside, means it will be resistance. So I think the whole setup of HBAR is going to look good to the upside. It looks very positive, and let's say in bullish in short term. So thank you for watching. If I gave you surplus value, I would appreciate if you click the like button, and if you're interested in daily updates, feel free to subscribe me. Have a nice day with huge gains. See you.